So last year, Pixar came out with Cars,
Cars 2,
Cars 2,
which
and
you did not like.
no, I didn't like that at all, and I didn't even like the first Cars. But after the first Cars, I thought it was fine because from a design point of view, what they did was very interesting. Then Cars 2 was just a sequel that seemed like it was almost completely unneeded. Well, actually, no, it was completely unneeded, and yet they did it anyway. And now it is definitely a step up from Cars 2, but it's not very good. Now Disney is and has almost always been a part of Pixar. They're the ones that get the Pixar movies distributed, but in this there's always been a divide. Pixar movies are, or at least in the later years now of Disney, Pixar movies have been better than Disney movies.
It's
And
like Disney pretty much just produces the
exactly,
Pixar.
because the good thing about Pixar films is that the good Pixar films is that you don't know where it's going. You don't in any of the Toy Story movies. You really think that it is moving towards genuine darkness, and that you don't know what's going to happen to the toys. In Monsters Inc., you don't know what's going to happen to the characters. In the
Bugs Life.
yeah, same thing. It really could turn any which way because you know they're not afraid to take the story into dark territory. This one is very much, it feels like it's been compromised. Now, I will say this also has the first female director. I have absolutely nothing. I want to make that clear. I have nothing against female directors. We need to talk about Kevin later, which is by Lynn Ramsey, who is an absolute fabulous director. But I
And
will
she's a
say
woman.
there is a tendency I find with especially new up and coming uh, female filmmakers that they feel like they need to get the message of feminism across, and they have to get it across very clearly.
Oh
And
boy.
I did feel that come on. It came on very strong. It doesn't matter what my opinions on the issue are, whether I'm for or against it. It's just that it came on very strong. Now, aside from uh, aside from what the subtext of the movie is, as far as the story goes, it does feel like it's Pixar's most compromised work in that it is within the first 20 minutes you can tell how the story is going to turn out. So I'm going to give the basic story, and I will let the listeners figure out for themselves what they think is going to happen. So, in the beginning, the girl is estranged from her mother in that her mother is trying to get her to be a princess, but she doesn't want to be a princess. She wants to go out and she wants to do bow and arrows. She wants to shoot bow and arrows. She wants to do archery.
Hmm.
Mainly because when she was young, her father gave her a bow and she saw her father in battle fighting a giant bear. So that motivated her to then grow up to be, I don't know, what would you call a female archer? Just a female archer.
There was a movie about that.
We can talk about that another time. So she then it's time for her to be betrothed. So all of the kingdoms come, and there is a lot of, it seems like it's satire on Braveheart a lot of the times, because you do get a lot of the got to have all of my freedom, got to have it on a side plate of, I don't know, just a whole bunch of annoying freedom talk goes on a lot of the time. So back to the story. The men come and they fight for her, but in the end, she gets her independence. But her mother wants her to stay, so the girl gets a curse to put on the mother, and the mother turns into a bear. All right, and then we find out we're about 20 minutes in. She finds out that the only way that her mother will turn back to normal is if they bond back together and they respect each other. Otherwise, in 2 days, the mother will remain a bear forever. This is not even an hour and a half into the movie. I will now let you decide as to how the movie is going to end up.